Hi there, and thank you so much for joining me today. It's been an amazing couple of years for MPC owners, as the platform has been in what can only be described as a non-stop flurry of updates, new instrument plugins, and effects being released every couple of months. Although the firmware updates on the operating system are free to all users, most of the newer plugins have to be purchased to be able to use them beyond the 7-day trial period that is offered most of the time. Though I do miss the good old days when the plugins were free, the newer instruments have been a huge upgrade both in quality and usability, and on the bright side, I am thankful that at least it's not a subscription model and I actually own my own plugins with a one-time payment. Of course, with so many of these available now, one of the questions that I see most asked in forums and comment sections is, which of these plugins is actually worth the price of admission? And besides that, which are the best ones? Especially now, after the release of the Native Instruments plugins, I figured now was as good a time as any to weigh in on this and tell you what my top 5 favorite paid plugins for MPC are in the beginning of the year of our Lord 2025. Now please bear in mind that this list is absolutely subjective and it's based on what I value in a plugin. Now I'd love to see other MPC users out there posting what their top 5 plugins are down in the comments below so we can get a conversation going and maybe even arrive at a general consensus. Here goes. Coming in at number 5, Stage Piano. This plugin was one of the first of the new wave of high-quality plugins that Akai launched to give their MPC a new profile, so to speak, in the music making community. MPC wasn't just about flipping samples anymore. It was an all-terrain, fully fledged music production center with proper virtual instruments available to artists that wanted to go beyond sampling. The only reason that the Stage Piano isn't higher up on this list, it's because it's just a piano, but honestly, this is my go-to plugin on the MPC. Whether be it for composition, or maybe adding in a bit of ear candy on an arrangement, or even just jamming out a bit with my eyes closed, I'm always able to find the piano that I'm looking for in here. It features an impressive range of flavors, textures, and styles, both with classic and even more modern tones. It's usually the starting point in most of my music making when I'm on the MPC, and save for Arturia's Piano V3 or even the Nord Stage, it's become one of my favorite piano plugins. Number 4, Edye Pro. Now this is a plugin that really just came out of left field for me, especially coming from Akai. To give you an idea, this plugin is something that I would have expected from a more experimental effects developer such as Chase Bliss, so it was a great surprise to find something like this natively in the MPC ecosystem. It's nothing like a normal delay, and it has a lot more in common with the Mood or the hologram microcosm pedals than with any of the effects traditionally found or associated with an MPC. The textures and ambience that Edye Pro are able to achieve are truly stellar, and it's hard not to get carried away with it and end up just spending your whole entire session just tweaking it out with a piano or a monosynth melody. Especially if you want to go a more ambient or experimental vibe, this is a spectacular plugin. Number 3, Air Flavor Pro. When I first got the Air Flavor Pro, I went in thinking it would be mostly for lo-fi beats or making a new sample sound old and grimy, thinking SP404 vinyl crackle effect utilities. However, after using it for about a year now, I can honestly say that I've used it on pretty much every song I'd made on the MPC in one track or another. Besides adding that vinyl grit, I found it to have so many other uses, sometimes as a saturator, sometimes as a soft overdrive. It has truckloads of character and warmth, and I just love how it makes my sound stand out. The reason that this plugin is higher on the list than the previous two is precisely that this effect feels unique to the MPC, and it meshes extremely well with the sound that I think of when I go looking for the MPC as a compositional tool. This for me is a must-buy. Number 2. Analog Dreams by Native Instruments. I am by no means the first or even the only one to say this, but I never would have dreamed that I would one day be able to use Native Instruments plugins in the MPC platform, standalone no less. It's just something that I think caught everybody by surprise, and what an absolute gem of a surprise it was. It is a heavy plugin, mind you, there's no denying that. This, along with the Fabric XL, I think are the only plugins that take a little over a few seconds to load, but I'm just amazed that it can actually run on this platform as well as it does. I'm sure that both Native Instruments and Akai are working towards further optimizing it, but as it stands, Analog Dreams is a must-have. For those of you looking to making synthwave, dark wave, or electronic music, this plugin is absolutely amazing, and it makes the MPC feel like a true powerhouse. So number 1 on this list goes to a synth that I found inspiring to no end. Every time I open this thing up, I end up with a new melody, a new bass line, or more often than not, an amazing arpeggio. It may not be the most original, but it is by far my favorite of the entire bunch, and that is the Jura. Though this plugin is in essence just another Juno emulator, it is my favorite iteration of this synth so far, and the effects on it are insanely good. So much so that Akai later even released the Jura chorus as an independent effect. For me, this is the absolute best plugin your money can buy for MPC, especially if you plan to use it fully standalone. I love the sounds that come out of it, and the controls are easy to learn and to tweak to come up with your own presets. This one right here is a no-brainer if there ever was one. And there you have it. Those are my top 5 MPC plugins as of February 2025. How about you? What are your favorite plugins on the MPC? I'd love to know in the comments below so I can try them out if I haven't already. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video useful, or at least entertaining. Have a great week. See you next time.